She's the best legendary in the game. She's gonna be an evergreen unit. There will never be a hero like her ever again. If you are planning on saving for Wukong, for Booba, or whoever, right? Because you don't have them, you really want them. If you want optimal progression, you can never go wrong by pulling for her. She is better than any of these. Whenever I do a takeover, if you have her or if you don't have her, it makes such a massive difference. She makes so many pieces of content so much more accessible, especially endgame content. There is no unit like her, like I said. There's no unit as versatile as her. And with that said, guys, welcome. I'm Ronaldo, and let's go over why, in my opinion, everyone needs Elowyn, because she is simply all that. She's simply all that. She's the best unit in the game. She can be used pretty much everywhere and with great effect. I'll go over all of the pieces of content where you can use her. And then we're gonna go over her kit. Why is she getting used in all of these pieces of content? What makes her so unique? What makes her so strong to be able to be amazing for boss killing like Semra, right? No better unit than her in Semra. If you take a look at it, just look at the best teams in the world and look at what they all do. What do they all have in common? They have a few things, right? Most of them are Praetus Torador teams, but there are also teams that run Watcher teams. There are also people that run Infernal teams, right? There is many different options, many different units, but one thing is a common theme for every single team. Every of these 100 teams, right? And that is Elowyn. Elowyn is everywhere. There is no unit like her. And she excels in the two things that I rate the highest in hero ranking. And that is, first up, flexibility. If your hero is flexible, it makes it amazing. Guess what? She's the most flexible unit in the game. Second, replaceability. If your hero is insane in something, amazing. But if he has multiple replacements, you don't really need him. Guess what? There is no replacement like Elowyn. Everywhere you use her, she's pretty much 90% of the places you're using her, best in slot. That's how oppressive and broken she is, really. And with that said, let's get right into the pieces of content that you can use her, and that is everywhere. That's right, guys, that is everywhere. What do I mean with everywhere? I mean everywhere, okay? That's what I mean. If you go take a look at the gear rates, she can be used gear rate 1, gear rate 2, gear rate 3, gear dungeon 1, gear dungeon 2. She's exceptional for gear dungeon 1. She makes it 10 times easier. She makes gear dungeon 2 a lot easier as well for many people. She makes... Then for gear rate 3, she is great as well. For gear rate 2, you can go with any healer, but she's great there as well. And gear rate 3, she's amazing as well. So this is already about the gear rate. And why is she going to be so good? Mainly thanks to the rage regen. We'll go over it when we go over the kit, like I said. Then codex, she is in most codexes amazing as well. So there's that. She's good for artifact material rates, even the new ones as well, with her extended range during ult. And her rage regen. She's good for promotion resource rate, but this is a piece of cake. And she is even good for arena. She's good for GVG. So for all of the PvP, she's good for both of the guild bosses, especially guild boss 2. She is one of a kind of a unit, and she's amazing for Void Rift epilogue as well. And also the normal story, she's amazing too. And yeah, you can already see she's getting used everywhere. And it's not just, well, you can use her, you don't really need to, you can use another unit as well. No, it is, if you use her, you have it infinitely, like you have it just so much easier if you use her compared to any other unit in many of these spots. Why is that the case? Well, I've got Elowyn since almost a year now, guys, so I've got a lot to tell you guys about her. And that is, let's go over her skills and why she's so great. Some things that we need to consider about her is she has, first up, there we go, Nature's Favor. This is the reason why she's so insanely versatile. This is one of the main reasons, and that is having a global rage regeneration. Just global, consistent, high rage regen for your entire team makes so many pieces of content so much easier. You need less rage regen, you have a lot easier time cycling your ultimates. It is also good for boss killing like Guild Boss 2, where she improves your damage output by quite a large margin as well. So this is one thing. But that's not all. That's not all. This is just the first thing why she's so good. She also has cleanse and an insane range on it. As you can see, her normal healing range is not as big, but when she ults, her cleanse range is massive. And cleanse, as we know, as games get harder, there's more debuffs. We already seen it coming already with a few things here and there, with some hard pieces of content, where cleanse really is amazing to have and will always be amazing to have. But like we said, she has global rage regen. Guess what? She also has global healing. As long as there is a tile, as long as there is a ground tile near there to place your wood elf, she has global healing as well, which is ridiculous as well. Is insane as well. And on top of that, that's not all that wood elf can do. She also has cost generation. That's right. If you're running cost problems, let's say Gear Dungeon 2 specifically, because that's where I use that, for example, as for my advantage, or some epilogue stages. You can just place down a wood elf and take him off the field, and you generate cost off of that. You get more cost back from placing him and taking him out than from just placing him down. So you can generate cost with her as well. It's just the cherry on top. But that's not all, of course. She also has insanely high burst healing with her ultimate, and can cycle with her ult and wood elf even higher burst healing. And yeah, she's just so flexible, as you can see. And in all of the pieces of content you're using her, she is top. Like, there's not a better healer you could use than her. Everywhere there, pretty like 90% of the places I've mentioned her right now before, which is basically all of the content, is she is the best healer in that spot when you're gonna use that healer. And throughout all of these things, right, why is she evergreen? Well, I do not think they're gonna release a global rage regen anytime soon, because it's super broken. And then the spells will only get stronger and stronger as games get harder. And mostly DPS are the ones that usually get power crept, where supports have a harder time getting power crept, simply because in many of these games, just like here as well, supports during release get underrated and get overloaded kits. And that's with her. That's with her. And also her wood elf being able to generate cost, right? She is the best unit in the game. In my opinion, even better than Praetus, that's right, in terms of flexibility at least. Of course, Praetus is more oppressive in certain aspects of the game, especially PvP. But in terms of flexibility, she is number one. PvP, PvE, she's the number one. And throughout so many takeovers I've done, if you have Elowyn, it is just infinitely easier to clear some stages. Of course, it is possible without her, but she's so much more important than any other unit in this game. Any other unit. And that's it already from my side. I just want to go over with you guys why you need a Elowyn, and why you should not just think, oh well, I want to get some of these new heroes, I'm not gonna skip. If you do not have her, you cannot go wrong with pulling for Elowyn and just have no diamonds for maybe Booba or whoever, because Elowyn is just all that. She's all that. With that said, wish you all a blessed day. Make sure to like and subscribe, as that will increase your summoning luck. I'm Ronaldo, and I'm out. Peace!